Taxes. Oh man, don't even get me started on taxes, because you definitely got an ally here. Of course, income tax ain't nothing compared to the property tax, man. The property tax is the one that's really the killer. Evil must be punished. Alrighty, I'm going to Wikipedia here. Yeah, whatever. It's convenient. Alright. Property tax, millage tax, is an ad valorem tax that an owner of real estate or other property pays on the value of the property being taxed. There are three specific species or types of property: land, improvements to land, immovable man-made things, and personality, which is movable man-made things. Real estate, real property, or reality are all terms for the combination of land and improvements. The taxing authority requires and/or performs an appraisal of the monetary value of the property, and taxes assessed in proportion to that value. Forms of property tax used vary between countries and jurisdictions. There is a form of tax which is often confused with the property tax. This is the special assessment tax. These are two distinct forms of taxation. One, ad valorem tax, relying upon the fair market value of the property being taxed for justification, and the other, special assessment, relying upon a special enhancement called a benefit for its justification. The property tax rate is often given as a percentage. The amount of tax per 100 currency units of property value may also be expressed as a per mille, the amount of tax per 1,000 currency units of property value, which is also known as millage rate or mill levy. A mill is also 1/1,000th of a dollar. To calculate the property tax, the authority will multiply the assessed value of the property by the mill rate, then divide by 1,000. For example, a property with an assessed value of US $50,000 located in a municipality with a mill rate of 20 mills will have a property tax bill of US $1,000 per year. Alright, and of course they list the property, what a property tax is for Canada, Hong Kong, Jamaica, Netherlands, United Kingdom. Of course, I'm going to focus on the United States because that is the most ridiculous one. Alright, in the United States, property tax on real estate is usually assessed by local government at the municipal or county level. A very important benefit of a tax on property over a tax on income is that the revenue always equals the tax levy, unlike income or sales taxes, which can result in shortfalls producing deficits. The property tax always produces the required revenue for municipalities' tax levies. On the other hand, property taxes can have a negative impact on individuals with fixed incomes, such as the elderly and those who have lost their jobs. Gentrification in low-income areas of a city can drive property taxes to the point where long-time residents of an area are forced to leave. The assessment is made up of two components: the improvement or building value and the land or site value. In some states, personal property is also taxed. A tax assessor is a public official who determines the value of real property for the purpose of apportioning the tax levy. An appraiser may work for government or private industry and may determine the value of real property for any purpose. Alright, I took real estate law, and it was really shocking to me about property tax, because up until I really got interested in having my own place and that sort of thing, I never really got into studying the ins and outs of it and studying the taxes that are involved. Capital gains tax, by the way, is another nasty little bugger. But property tax, it really infuriates me because it's like gonorrhea, man. You never get rid of the shit. Okay, you got it for life. No, literally. I mean, it's a tax you literally pay for the rest of your natural life, provided you own personal property. Smokey, what are you doing over there, man? Don't bust shit up. But, so like if I buy a house, man, I pay property taxes on it for the rest of my natural life as long as I own that property. and that's insane. I'm sitting here now. Dill was talking about income tax. Well, hell, income tax ain't got nothing on property tax, because at least an income tax is can kind of be have an ending period there or something. This thing, man, it goes on and on and on and on like the damn Energizer Bunny. It never goes away. And I got into it with somebody over property tax too, man, and they were like, well, we do it partially because of the schools. I said, well, I'm not utilizing the public school system. Oh, well, it's for the kids. Well, I don't have any kids. Oh, well, it's and this went on. This diatribe went on for, I know, a good hour, or maybe even longer, and then finally they just got disgusted and said, well, we need it. Or some stupid crap like that, And so no, this is a tax you literally pay on indefinitely, and it's insane. I mean, my God, what did we have the Boston Tea Party for? The Boston Tea Party was a tax on tea, for God's sake, and it was a small tax at that, and we darn near had a war just over that, And so now, but yet some lame-brained American actually agrees, oh yeah, I want to be taxed for the rest of my natural life. What? Who came up with that bright idea? I'm not interested in who thought up the idea of a property tax. I mean, politicians, by and large, are monsters with insatiable appetite. That's what George Washington said. Government has an insatiable appetite. It's a monster. That was the founding father of our nation said that, folks. So I half expect somebody in government to come up with such a greedy thing known as property tax. What I want to know is the American that actually agreed to it. Why wasn't there rioting in the streets over a tax like this? A tax that you literally pay for the rest of your natural life? Excuse me. Man, that's insane. That is insane. The founding fathers would be lynching people over shit like this, okay? But yeah, as long as you own property, you pay a tax on it for the rest of your natural life, as long as you own that property. Well, that's just nuts, And see, there again, if you're paying a tax on it, who really owns that property? Well, certainly not you, huh? Either the government or the banks or somebody, somebody owns that property, but it sure as hell ain't you, not if you're paying a tax on it every time you turn around. So, no, I when it comes to taxes, man, hey, I'm right there with you, buddy. I'll be one of the first people to rant about this shit, because the property tax, capital gains tax, the absolutely insane death tax, where they tax you after you die, geez, oh Pete, man, it's and see, this is why I support Tom Tancredo, because he wants to get rid of a lot of these stupid, idiotic taxes. I don't know where he comes down on property tax, but I know he wants to get rid of the death tax and the capital gains tax. But yeah, some of these taxes are insane. They're not constitutional. They would never hold up under constitutional muster. I guarantee it. Not the Constitution based on the founding fathers, anyway. Like I said, man. If the founding fathers heard about somebody wanting to propose a tax that you pay for the rest of your life, they'd have that person lynched. They'd be hanging in Times Square, man, from a rope. Okay, so that if there's one tax I want to really rant about, and it would be property tax and capital gains tax, man. As somebody that studied real estate law, I can tell you, man, these taxes have ruined people's lives. They really have. So no, that would be my rant. It would be the property tax. Income tax, I can kind of see an income tax. I can't see any justification for a property tax. None. If you buy a thing, it should be yours, damn it. You should pay a tax on it, fine. But then once you pay a tax one time, it should be yours. Period. End of story. If you want to inflate other taxes to compensate for a lack of a property tax, knock yourself out. But this taxing forever and ever and ever ad infinitum, that's insane. That's insane, man. That is certainly un-American. Oh well, that's my little rant.